I don't know where I am. Oh, hi. Fine. Iron leggings. Am I the only one who thinks the name Belgard is just a little on the nose? You can have these because this is just an increase to everything. Okay. Hi. Tourist Dean. Whoa, one step wrong and I'll fall to the bottom of the canyon. Ah, this is freaking nuts. Yeah, I'd advise not falling. Okay. Let's go check on the armored car, I guess. Hi. So, according to Mirai, the commander parked the car here and it hasn't been moved since. I'd say we should search the area for the key, but I assume the CGF would have found it if it was actually here. That's a good point. It would be a waste of time to search the area again. Besides, since the car has those bulky Vulcan cannons on the top, we can't exactly remove the tarp and take a closer look. Dang, I kind of wanted to see this baby in all its glory. Randy, have you ridden in an armored car like this before? This model should be a modified edition of the conventional armored car, so it should feel largely the same. Nah, there's just something I'm kind of curious about. If they got permission to use them, I'm sure they'd be super nice for patrols and stuff like that. I bet Noelle would die of happiness. I think you might be right. Huh? It looks like we have visitors from the Empire. Let's go check it out. That is a fancy car. Whoa, a limo? It appears to be a Rhineford Company car. Who owns this? Wait a second. Oh, if it isn't the fine ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section. Oh, hey. Good day, everyone. I trust that Crossbell has been treating you well. Uncle Dieter. It's been a while, sir. It has indeed. You'll have to forgive me. Did my arrival get in the way of your duties? Not at all. This guy's suave as ever, I see. Are you returning from a business trip by any chance, sir? That's right, negotiations in the Empire. But that aside, I can't help but ask about that great big thing behind you. Don't look at it. Just pretend it's not there. I guess it's hard to not notice. It's kind of a long story. I see. Allow me to make an educated guess then. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it must be one of the CGF's new armored cars or something like that, right? How did you... how could you not guess that that's what it is? It's pretty obvious. Did I catch you off guard? There's a simple explanation, I'm sure. You see, at the party I attended yesterday, I ran into the CGF commander. He, in his drunkenness, mentioned something about the very car to one of his subordinates, I believe. I've sat with him at multiple parties now. I am so sorry that you had to go through that, sir. And I really do think he should work on that drinking problem of his. Yeah. That answers that. He must have left the Empire directly after that party, correct? And if that's the case, you might have the clue we're looking for. What exactly do you mean? Allow me to explain. The SSS informed Dieter of the situation and their support request. I think I'm starting to understand. That would certainly explain why there's an armored vehicle with mounted guns just sitting in the middle of a high traffic area. However, I'm afraid I won't be of much help to you all. Like I said earlier, I had negotiations in the Empire today, so I had to leave the party early in order to make it on time, rather. In other words, by the time the commander made it back to Belgard Gate, I was already long gone. What a bummer. Guess all we can do is stick to retracing our steps. This may be presumptuous of me to ask, but can I give you a piece of advice I was given by Belle a long time ago? Maria Bell gave you advice? Again, it was many, many years ago, but I had the habit of losing things. There were just so many objects I had to keep track of that I couldn't help but misplace a document here or there. Really? I would have never guessed that, judging by how you act now. I feel that part of it had to do with my still being young and inexperienced at the time, too. Anyway, every time I would lose something, Belle would always be there to find it for me. And each time, she would let out a great big sigh and tell me this: "Father, how many times do I need to tell you? When you lose something, you have to look where you'd least expect it to be. Search the unexpected places?" Well, I guess that makes a certain amount of sense. In short, Belle was simply trying to tell me to change my perspective. Though I don't know how useful you all will find this advice, of course. Is the key in the car? I'm betting the key is in the car. No, sir, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't know if I've been much help, but I hope you find what you're looking for. Oh dear, I seem to have gotten carried away with our conversation. I think my car might be a bit of a nuisance sitting in the middle of the gate like this. If you'll excuse me. Oh, have a safe drive home, sir. Thank you, sir. Until we meet again, SSS. Never changes, that guy. You know, he gave us some pretty valuable advice. Change our perspective, huh? That's definitely something we forgot to think about. It might be the key to finding this, key. Now then, let's keep retracing the commander's steps and see where that takes us. I believe Warrant Officer Mirai told us that after the commander parked the car, he went to the mess hall. Yeah, let's take our investigation there. Okay. Yo, Stella, keeping yourself busy? Oh, Randy, funny seeing you here. Were you wanting to order something? Not exactly. We're searching for the armored car's key as per Warrant Officer Mirai's request. Oh, so you guys are the ones who got stuck with that. The warrant officer already asked me to look around. I combed over the mess hall, high and low, but it's nowhere to be found. I suppose we can mark the mess hall off on our list then. We're in the process of retracing the commander's steps. Do you mind recounting what you witnessed last night? Sure, I don't mind. The first day of the anniversary festival was incredibly hectic here. I was finally winding down? Yeah. From the craziness of the day when the commander stormed in here utterly wasted. All of a sudden, he yelled at me to cook something that would sober him up, so I had to do some forced overtime. I would have just left him. Who cares? And because of that, I wasn't able to get around to any of the prep work I needed to do for today. Wow, he sounds pretty terrible. Oh, for sure. Guy swaggers around like he owns the place, but doesn't do a lick of actual work. It sounds like he's the complete opposite of Deputy Commander Bales. Excuse me. Would you know if he had the key on him while he was eating his meal? Beats me. I only heard about it being lost when I woke up this morning, so I'm afraid I wasn't really paying attention. Is that so? There's no way of knowing whether he had the key here or not. What's everyone doing gathered around in the mess hall? Good time and beyond. These people are helping the CGF recover that key or whatever. Nice to meet you. We're the special support section. Oh yeah, I've heard all about you. Nice to meet you too. Hey, Beyond. What an interesting name. This dude's name is actually Beyond. Still the same military buff as always. Afraid so. It's been a while, Randy. So, Beyond. Did you end up finding the key? You know, the one the warrant officer told us about? After giving it a quick search, I can safely say that it isn't in the inn. I'm pretty sure the commander didn't bother heading there after his meal anyway. Sorry, but what do you mean by pretty sure? Weren't you at the inn last night? I imagine you would know whether he came in or not, right? I'd finished my work for the day by then, so I was actually taking a break up on the roof when he got back. Wait, hold on. Did you remember something? Yeah, I passed by him as I was leaving the roof. If I'm not wrong, I remember him spinning around something that looked like a keychain. That must have been the key you all are looking for. Then that means it's extremely likely that the commander had the key until he headed up to the roof after leaving the mess hall. It bothers me that he would act so nonchalant with something so important. That's just who he is as a person, Tio. I certainly agree, but at least we picked up a valuable statement. Good thing that memory of yours finally kicked in, huh? Better late than never, right? You have got to be kidding me. Do you realize how much time I wasted searching the mess hall because of you? Sorry about that. Well, I think it's about time for me to head back to work. See you later, Stella. Runs away. He ran. Well, thanks to him, we finally got ourselves a solid lead. Thanks for all your help too, Stella. Randy's right. Even though you only knew it wasn't in the mess hall, that narrowed down our list of potential hiding places significantly. You're welcome. I'm not really sure how important this key is, but please find it. Not just for the CGF's sake, but for Warrant Officer Mirai's. We'll do our best, I promise. Now, is our next destination the roof? What's out here? This is the inn. Child. Hi. Okay. Tired. Well, we made it to the roof. According to Warrant Officer Mirai, the CGF commander sung his heart out up here. I imagine it took a while to climb up the stairs while he was under the influence. Yes, but our biggest issue is that he doesn't remember where exactly he misplaced the key. If he were to lose it anywhere, this would be the place. Let's try searching for a while and see where that takes us. Hi. Last night the commander came up here and couldn't stop singing. Loudly, I might add. I was hoping to get some rest from our labors, but that didn't happen. You think the key's up on the roof? Dolly and I searched the entire roof front to back, but came up with zilch. But hey, we might have overlooked something. I hope you have better luck searching than we did. That tunnel leads into Erebonia, right? That's right. More specifically, that tunnel and the fortified mountain base up ahead both comprise Gorelia Fortress. As the Empire's easternmost stronghold, it is used to keep Calvard in check. Seeing it this close, I cannot help but feel incredibly intimidated by the Empire. Can't blame you for feeling that way, Teotot. After all, the mountain's hiding two of the Empire's scariest weapons, the railway guns. Railway guns? I feel like I've heard of them somewhere before. I'm sure you have. They're the pride and joy of the Imperial Army, their ultimate weapons of mass destruction. Heard those bad boys fire 80 Rige shells. Reggae? I don't know. Interesting. So these are the battle weapons developed by the Rhineford Company. 2 years ago, tensions between the Empire and the Republic had finally reached a breaking point. While both countries began to conduct large-scale military exercises, the wall over there opened, revealing their two enormous railway guns. Weapons which have the capacity to hit Crossbell City if Erebonia were to unleash them. Tragedy would be unavoidable. The Crossbell Times never once mentioned these while I was living in Calvard. I never knew things were that unstable at the time. Well, as you can see, they've got their trump cards stored away right now. We might owe the Liberlian Queen's non-aggression pact Thanks for that. Definitely. I've always heard that she was an admirable person, but I have a newfound respect for her now. Looks like we got sidetracked. We should continue our search for the key. Okay, interesting. He could have thrown it down there. I'll have to go check down there. What is that? Wire? Just where in the world could this key be? What's that shiny object there? Oh, it was just a 10 mirror coin. The commander probably dropped it. Do I get to keep the money? What's this? The lid of a juice can. Yeah, we can just throw this away. I don't see it anywhere. Well, at the very least, we know for a fact that the commander was up here. True, but we may have made a mistake to assume that he dropped the key on the roof. If that were the case, the guardsman would have found it immediately. Considering that Mr. Croy told us earlier, we might need to change our perspective on this entire thing. It's only a possibility, but what if the key fell into a place that we can't normally reach? Let's investigate every nook and cranny of this place one more time. Huh? Lloyd? What's the matter? I see it. Oh my god. How did he manage that? How the heck did it end up in a place like that? Given its true location, I'm not surprised that they were unable to find the key, no matter how much they scoured the gates. For now, let's let the warrant officer know. We should be able to reach it with a ladder. Hopefully they have one around here we can borrow. Right, let's go find her. I think you were looking for this. Randy handed the key to the armored car over to Mirai and explained how they found it. It seriously ended up in a place like that. I never would have found it then. What probably happened is that your commander dropped it while he was singing on the roof. That aside, I'm just relieved that you were able to find it. Thanks to you, we can finally move the armored car someplace where tourists won't stumble across it. I guess I'm in your debt this time, Randy. Don't worry about it. But if you really want to make things even, how about going on a date with me? It'd be a good time. I don't know what I was expecting. Idiots never change, do they? Harsh, but true. Well, thank you for everything, SSS. You're welcome. If you ever need anything from us, all you have to do is submit a support request. I'll keep that in mind. Now, if you'll excuse me. Case closed, huh? I suppose so. I wasn't sure we would find the key for a second there. If a stranger picked it up, I don't know what we would have done. Considering where it was dropped, I'd say we got lucky. I'm inclined to agree. Incidents like this could be avoided if the commander was a bit more observant, or a bit less drunk, if we're being honest. Maybe just a bit less in general. He's always been an incompetent jerk who only thinks about himself, even back when I was stationed here. If we didn't find that key, Mirai probably would have taken the heat for losing it. That man is hopeless. No denying that. Still, at least we know that there are people like the deputy commander and the warrant officer doing honest work in the CGF. I'd like to think that most of the guardsmen are following suit despite everything. Good point, Lloyd. Well, time to head out. Yeah, let's go. Okay, that is one quest completed. Is there not a... I guess I missed the bus thing. Ah, shoot. I didn't mean to run into you freaks. Rude. Kill it? Yeah. Okay. Steak. Okay. So there should be, I think, a bus thing here. It's weird that there's a missing link in the chain rail there. It's weird. Yes, take me back to Crossbell.